go to like a social event, there's always that one guy that's just got everyone fucking around him.
Yeah.
That one fucking dude. What do you think is like what makes a guy like that?
Could be a myriad of things, really. It could be he just is that guy naturally. He knows how to like pull a group together. He knows how to be very charismatic and knows how to make just people just not so much envious of him, but just want to be around him. He's the source of good emotion, and he just makes it so evident that people want to feed off it. I don't think it's so much like in some cases it may be mentally conscious of him doing that. Like he tries to just be that person, and then other people they just are. Some people are just naturally the center of attention. They know how to just bring a crowd together and just wreck shit.
Wreck shit. And like he said about being the source of good emotions, if you don't really have that big of a social circle, one of the things that, I didn't either. I kind of just like bet on myself, just took action. I know we've been really working on that shit, but just be interested in other people. That's the best way for you to be an interesting person. If someone gives you something that you could like feed on or let them feed on, like say someone says he's a photographer. I work at GNC, so I get a lot of diverse type of people. I had like a well-known DJ that was in there, a photographer. And, it's just little stuff like that, finding out little things about people and then just kind of, picking them out and asking them questions because that's what they do.
Especially if one of their strengths, too. They want to talk about that.
Oh,
they'll actually want to reciprocate your conversation.
And let them, because the more they talk and the more you shake your head, and don't shake your head like an asshole and not listen, okay? But, listen to what they're saying. Give them feedback because I guarantee I've applied that to my life. I know Mike's been working on it, and it works huge. Because then when you meet that person, whoever you're with, and you just happen to run into that person, oh hey, here's my buddy Mike. Mike, meet the DJ from New York. There's 3 connections. So right there, you already have a social circle. It's just bringing new people in, introducing. Always be there, especially when you hold events at your house. Introduce everyone. I don't care who it is, if they're weird, if they're whatever the fuck they are.
Make sure everyone feels welcome.
Yeah.
Gotta make them feel comfortable. Otherwise, they'll hold back and just sit in the corner and just sit on their phone the whole time. That's not fun to watch or just to be that person at all.
No, it's not fun to watch at all. And I mean, personally, I love being at parties where everyone is having a good time. I literally hate if I see someone in the corner on their phone. If you're at a party and you're on your phone, I don't even know what to say to you.
If you're gonna fire a quick text away, by all means, get it done. But don't just sit there fucking tweeting and Instagramming and shit just because you don't want to carry on the conversation. Remember the one time, dude? Back when we used to party out in Lincoln, man. There was this one chick you were arguing with about just something. She was being a bitch, and you were arguing with her. And then you basically won the argument. You basically shut her down. But all she had, the best thing she'd come back with is all right, whatever. Away she went. You just walked away. Where is the social etiquette nowadays? Where people don't know how to carry on a conversation. It seems they just, if it's more than a minute long, a hey, how are ya? They got nothing. They got nothing to contribute because they're not used to it because they don't have time to fire back a response right away. I mean, not right away, in text messaging and shit. They could sit on that shit for hours and think about the right thing to say. They've slowed down that cognitive process.
Yeah, I mean, this is a fitness channel, but we also want to, give you guys our ideas, because, I mean, we go through a lot. We like to push ourselves. We like to put ourselves in, discomforting situations, go out of our comfort zone. So we're just kind of giving you guys tips on what you can do to become more, because, we experience this stuff. And, what we're talking about now, it's totally applicable to, obviously, girls and guys. Mm-hmm. So just be interested in what other people have to say, and don't think too much about it. Just do it.
Your mind will stop you every single time if you let it.
And, one thing that's really changed my life, and, it scares me, but it motivates me. It's literally the fear of looking back 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, and wishing I would have done something. That is literally a fear for me. So I just do everything that I want, and I never do shit that I don't.
You regret 100% of the chances you didn't take. That's what we do here, man. We give you tips, we give you advice, just our thoughts on whatever topic at hand, And we also we'll give you examples.
Talking
about going out of your comfort zone. Here's what we did one night. Remember the one night we went 145 and we turned that bitch up? That shit was tight. What had happened was how did it happen? We had gotten savvy with a couple people there. Like, the only time I saw them was at the club, right? I didn't hang out with them outside. I didn't get the fucking phone numbers. The only time I actually saw them was at the same place we met the first time.
I don't remember their names. I don't remember their names.
Neither do I. But they remember my name. I don't know what I did, but they shouted, hey, oh shit, it's Mike. They knew who I was. I guess I must be doing something right. But yeah, man, like at one point, like we met up with like 3 or 4 of our buddies that we met at this one time before, just once, and then we saw them up again. We just fucking hit it off, and then we just started going to the dance floor. Just fucking we didn't give a shit about what was going on outside. We had our fucking circle in here, and we were just, this is our universe, this is our spot, and we just owned it, right? We had a good ass time.
We fucking did.
We did, right? We had a good ass time too because we didn't give a fuck, and that was the best part about it. And you know what else? What another good part about it is? Other people started to join in. Other people started to come in. We even had a fucking...
We had a circle, man.
Was it some chick's 21st birthday party that just strolled up in there and just like...
Yeah,
some chick's birthday party just rolled
off.
up, like, just got in the middle, like, you know, just started getting it.
Getting money.
Her whore friends came over, they started partying with us too. It ended up being a good ass night.
It was a good time, and you know, like even if you're like with 4 people, you can make that bar fucking wild. As long as people see that you're having a good time, they want to be there. They want to be with that. Even if it's 3 people, if it's 2 people, if you're bullshitting with, girls are kind of going to come up to you and approach you. Guys are going to come up to you and approach you. If they see you're having a good time, you're shooting the shit with everybody. It's going to be so much more advantageous for you to just have fun, be present in the moment. Especially like if you're in college too. You know, we don't want to neglect people that are, you know, middle aged. But when you go out, don't have an outcome of how you want it to happen.
Do not expect something to happen that you want to happen regardless of what it is.
Literally.
More often than not, it's not going to happen.
Yeah. And sometimes when you don't want shit to happen, it actually happens, and you like that to happen. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but it does.
Past like 4 one-nighters I've had were just chicks I just didn't even notice until they came up to me and said something. And I was just doing me. Every other time I try to go do something about it, I try to go holler at somebody, it didn't work out.
Doesn't work. Never does. Never fucking does.
You were trying. They know that. They can smell it from a mile away.
And
if you're out there doing you,
smell it.
Feed off that.
It's a little fart right too.
Like, oh God,
we don't want to eat with that shit.
Don't want to bask in it.
But yeah, that's. I mean, we kind of went over on this video, but that's what we like to do. We're not saying this stuff to be egotistical. It's just stuff that we found to be really beneficial in our lives to take us to the next level, whatever that level may be.
It's life changing, really. When you think
It
about
is.
it. I know those dudes for an accumulative of 5 hours. We raised our asses off together.
Yeah, we had a good ass. I mean, we don't know their fucking names, but like it was just we were just that source of good emotions, and we were bringing like enthusiasm and emotion. It's such a contagious flu, as we like to say it. Everyone just wants to be around it. The flu that everyone wants to be around.
Mm-hmm.
Enthusiasm.
Didn't exclude anybody. Welcome anybody who wanted to come in and be cool. Being a dick, you're out.
Yeah, I mean, before I don't want to go over the 9-minute mark, but before we wrap this up, he said we include everyone. I don't care what race you are, what you look like. Bring everyone in, because I guarantee 10 times out of 10, who you think may be a little weird always has something to offer you if you just crack that shell. Just be interested, and I guarantee you could have a friend for a lifetime. So, do you want to add anything on that?
No, man, I think I laid it all on the field on that one. Go
Peace.
get 'em.